welcome to another episode of Big Chief. You're rocking with your guy, Peanut, aka Roderick Ward III. Big win, and you are entering the Super Bowl edition of Big Chief. I need to add that. I want to thank y'all for coming in and welcome all new subscribers and old subscribers, and thank y'all very much for about to rock with this episode. And we're about to go in. We going to the bowl. What you talking about? The Chiefs won 17-10, and I want to introduce my boys, my co-host, KoBayne. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. Victory Monday, man. I couldn't feel better.
Yes, sir. I also want to introduce my boy DJ, another co-host of this show. We about to go live today. How you feeling?
Great.
We feeling good?
Back at home. We back at home.
This is where we supposed to be. This is where we used to. We're used to this, bro.
Yep.
This is used to. We got Algorithm here. He's coming in and out, but we're gonna get to him in a minute. But bro, first thing first, I gotta say, hell of a win from the Kansas City Chiefs, going into a hostile Baltimore Ravens stadium where they brought out Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and Suggs and the world, Obama, whoever it was from Baltimore, they bought them out just to lose, just to get that L.
Right.
And
Terrell Suggs came out there, not to cut you out, bro, but Terrell Suggs came out there like he never put on the red and yellow, man, the Chiefs, man. That was kind of corny to me.
Right.
That was a wild look.
Algorithm, how you doing, brother? How you feeling?
Man, I'm blessed, man. How y'all doing? Chiefs up is all I know.
We in another Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
We in another bowl.
I predicted it,
and,
I predicted it.
No, we're going to get into that. I got you down. Like I said, man, I'm tired of all the comparisons to my guy, Pat. It's no comparison. There's nobody in the league compared to him. And before we get started, KoBayne, you know what I want you to do? I want you to talk your shit. Go ahead. Just talk your shit.
You opening up the platform for me to go ahead and let some people have it.
Just talk your shit, brother. Do what you need to do.
I'm gonna keep it as professional as I can. You know what I'm saying? Because we want this platform to grow, and I don't want to end up short circuiting our ability to make sure that this information and our take on the Chiefs goes as far as it can go. So with that being said, for the national media, the national talking heads, I'm saying the quote unquote analysts and experts, if you're watching this, if you somehow get a clip of this, or if you just somehow get an opportunity to even know that this is the energy from real Chiefs fans that's been around this team for a long time, you know what? Y'all need to go ahead and accept responsibility for it. Y'all bizarre and y'all whack and y'all lazy takes on the Chiefs. I mean, y'all just have lazy takes. That's the best way that I can put it, because all season long we heard about how broken we were. We heard about all of the scenarios that obviously we weren't, up to the stand, playing our best ball all season. But what team has? But y'all know what time it is when the playoffs start and January comes. Y'all been shown this now 6 times. So enough with the anecdotes and enough with the but Miami. The excuse for Miami was that it was too cold for Miami to show up. It was too cold for them to play and perform at the level. Then it was, we need to see Mahomes on the road. So we went to Buffalo and did what we needed to do. And then it was, Josh Allen played this amazing game, and it was just so much of what the Buffalo Bills didn't do as opposed to what the Chiefs came in there and do. And now we have what happened on yesterday on the live schedule. There's 2 games on. Y'all seen that man, number 15,
that man,
Kansas City Chiefs, come out there and set the record straight. Damn near 10, 12 completions in a row to start the game. We tired. We are truly sick and tired of y'all making excuses and constantly trying to move the goalposts and put other people, other quarterbacks, other organizations, and other players ahead of what this organization has been doing now consistently for 6 years in a row. So I had it with y'all. I had it with the Shannon Sharps, fence hopping asses. Y'all know Skip. And y'all know all these other ones that, again, y'all have created and spent this narrative so many damn times. Y'all should be dizzy falling out of those damn chairs. So
Yes,
enough
sir.
with the bullshit, bull stuff. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. Keep it real. Give this man his flowers. Give this man everything he deserves. And so what? Y'all tired of hearing about it? So what? Do something about it.
Hey, that's how you start a show, nigga. That's how you start a motherfucking show. But you know what? We about to keep this rolling. DJ, talk your shit, baby. Talk your shit.
One word: experience. Experience. We go through this every year. Every year we go through this, and based upon history, history dictates what we will be doing in the future. I mean, I got some guys who's Buffalo fans. I got one of my frat brothers, my best friend, who's a Ravens fan. I was trying to get him on last week, but he was very busy, and that's fine. That's okay. But it's experience, man. I kept hearing it. I mean, I got joned on today still, currently, even after the win, same as last week. You guys got to understand one thing. He may choke, which is Lamar. He might choke. I said, but the thing is, it's his inexperience. Not just Patrick Mahomes has the experience. Our coaching staff does. Our team does. And the point that nobody is, I'm not even going to say hyping up. They just fail to forget. Our defense. Our defense. We have been doing this all year long. And we're not getting any credit. But here's why we're not getting credit. 15. We got 15 back here. We are literally seeing the greatest ever. Every Sunday, Thursday, and Monday. Now, he has flaws. He has errors. Yes, he's human. But again, our defense has held this team and has put everything on their back and shoulders. From the defensive line, our young linebacker core who's hungry. And of course, do I have to say more or less? I don't even know about our DBs. Year after year after year, we having these boys carouseling every year. And I keep hearing it. I keep hearing it over and over. Well, yesterday, towards the second half, and today, the Chiefs didn't win the game. The Ravens lost it. So I'm like, talk to me about that. What does that mean?
Now, you know what?
What does that mean?
That, but
yeah,
we're going to get into
what
that.
Does that mean? What does that look like? And I'm like, all right, look, I said prior to the game, number one, experience. Number one is experience. Playoff Pat is his name. Playoff Pat came to work. He know exactly where to go. He know exactly what to do. And we've been playing the number one defense every year. Every year. You know who can't say that? Every team that we face in the playoffs. Miami can't say it. The Bills can't say it. Ravens can't say it. It's not to discredit those teams, but I just have to go back. Well, what's the difference? Experience. On top of Mahomes. I'm telling you, it's a different ball game. I'm not even gonna say the playoffs, but I say in December. You know what I'm saying? It's a different ball game.
Derek. We DJ.
That's ultimately what it is.
And that's ultimately it.
He comes in. He's hungry. He's fired. I'm telling you.
Hey, listen, I got you. We gonna get into that, bro. We like I said, we can go all day, but I want to introduce our Jizzle that came on, and how you doing, bro? Or Jizzle,
what's going on, fellas? What's going on, fellas? I had to take myself off mute. Sorry for the late arrival. I just got home from the gym.
Oh, no, it's all right. It's okay. Hope you got that mile in, but we'll talk about that later. Man, what we doing right now, bro? We just kind of talking our shit before we get into some real details. So, in 2 minutes, talk your shit, bro.
I mean, we've been doubted, all year. This isn't the same Chiefs. They can't score. Mahomes isn't Mahomes anymore. They didn't figure them out. Kelsey done lost the step. The wide receivers can't catch. This is the most vulnerable that the Chiefs have ever been. We've heard all the noise, all year long. But the thing about the playoffs is all you need to do is just get in to make it. And you got a shot just like anybody else. And the one thing that we have over the Dolphins, the Bills, and the Ravens, we done been there before. We had to take the hard road to get to where we at right now. We had to lose that heartbreaking AFC Championship game to Tom Brady in our house. We had to lose that Super Bowl to Tom Brady. We had to go through all that to get there, to get to where we're at. We got experience on these guys. And our guy, 15, I put a little clip up on social media the other night because I was out and about. And this guy saw me with my Mahomes jersey on. He said, "Hey, what do you think y'all chances are tomorrow?" I said, as long as I got 1-5, I always got a chance. We always got a chance. And we could never say that before. We've never in the history of our fandom for the Chiefs been able to say, we got a shot. As long as we got that guy leading the way, we got a shot. And you know what? Everybody else, every opponent that we play, they all know that as well too. And you looking down the barrel of that gun and you got to go against him, he gonna bring it. And what we doing this year that we haven't done in past years, we making time. The offense is being timely. We're not going out there blowing you out. We don't have that type of offense this year. But when the play needs to be made, Pat is making those plays. He's making those plays happen. And our guys, the receivers, and we've been giving them a hard time all year, and rightfully so. But in these playoffs, they have all showed up. It's like they turned on a switch when the playoffs come around, it's time to show up. All them drops, all that's got to go. So,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm not. Once we got in, I'm not surprised that we here. All that talk about the Ravens, offense and everything.
We here.
We got it. We here. We here. We got to give Spags. We got to give Spags credit.
So, like I said, man, you know what? It's a great thing. It's a great thing. And I'm about to talk my shit because you know what, bro? I'm actually tired of all the comparisons to Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow and Herbert and just any college up and coming Caleb Williams and all this other comparisons. No, stop it. What Mahomes did yesterday, he put himself in a different realm. He put himself. You heard of the alternate universe? You know that show, Stranger Things, when the dude was on the other side of the world? That's what Mahomes did yesterday, bro. He's no longer comparable because let me just run this down real fast. This is 6 starting seasons for Patrick LeVon Mahomes. This is 6 AFC Championship games. This is 2 MVPs of the regular season. This is 2 Super Bowl wins. 2 Super Bowl MVPs. This is about to be 3 Super Bowls. 4 Super Bowls in 5 years. Bro, my man that went to a Super Bowl and lost. These dudes can't even get to a bowl. Well, Joe Burrow got to a bowl and lost it. But come on, man. They can't even get to a bowl. The only person that I want to say is comparable to Mahomes is not even in the league right now. And that's Tom Brady and Joe Montana. If y'all talking any other comparisons, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk about that. That's out of this. We ain't got to talk about that no more. Because 15, what happened yesterday, let's just be clear. Baltimore is a running team. They run the ball 30 times all year. And you know what happened? Mahomes went down their face in the beginning of the game and they got shook. Oh, we got that man today. Oh yeah, Pat also put pressure on offense. Pat's so great, he put pressure on their offense.
Experience.
He's so great. This man plays offense. He puts pressure on the other team's offense.
That's big facts right there.
Come on, man. I'm done. And like I said, man, we here now. We here, and like KoBayne said, the national media y'all doing is lazy. Just because it ain't the quote unquote hot pick, hey man, keep it real. Pat's that guy. 1-5 is that guy. But I digress. Let's get a little bit of details into the game. So we won 17-10. I'm gonna get into a little bit how we won and about the Ravens and about Lamar Jackson. But KoBayne, I want you to start this off for me.
Mm-hmm.
Who was at fault for the reason why the Ravens lost that game yesterday?
Definitely a coaching staff. Whatever the game plan was, and I like your take that you just gave. I didn't think about it that way. I think you're right, man. I think they did get shocked at the way we came down, scored our efficiency, and they felt like they had to try to match it, which is not a smart thing to do.
Not a smart thing to do.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was a player. I mean, I could say something about Zay Flowers, which we might probably get in later. But I think ultimately it was just the way that the game plan, man, they had offensively. It didn't make any sense, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
Man, look, I like I said, I totally believe that when Pat went down there, and I mean, them first two series, bro, they were like on. It was a different type of on. They didn't have any drops, bro, just efficient. And they said, Lamar, you're gonna have to score and put it on your arm, and that was the wrong thing to do. DJ, the Ravens defense was number one all year, and rightly so. They balled out. Why did Mahomes? Why was he so efficient the first two drives?
They were shook. And the reason why they were shook, I believe that they haven't seen, again, playoff Pat. We've faced the Ravens 4 times total. We've won 3 of 1. And every time we faced them, they shake, they rattle, right? So I believe that the issue was with the defense, of course, number one defense. They didn't know exactly what to do. And their levels of play is phenomenal. I mean, they're number one, like, for a reason. So I think that they just didn't know what to expect because they watched the tape the week prior. They watched the tape against the Miami Dolphins. And they said, all right, I think we got it figured out. However, what they failed to remember, number one, again, I got to keep saying it, experience. And this is on the line. On top of, quote unquote, we're the underdogs. And you never want to have the Chiefs, not Mahomes, the Chiefs as underdogs, point blank and period, because we've got something to prove every game, especially in the playoffs, because it's a whole different team that you got to face.
Yes, sir. Hey, that's facts. Playoff Pat. I'm about to get a shirt to say Playoff Pat. I'm wearing that for the Super Bowl. Facts. Our Jizzle. I want to talk about Lamar. What happened?
We made Lamar, Spags in the defense, great game plan. You make Lamar, listen, if Lamar going to beat us, he going to beat us through the air. That's a running football team. And they didn't run. Because, like you said, Mahomes puts pressure on your offense. And he played right into really what we wanted him to do. Because we willing to bet. See, you can't do too much with him running the ball. He's very difficult running the ball. And that's a good running football team. And we struggle against the run. But they played right into our strength yesterday, which is our pass defense. And we made them pass the
That's
ball.
facts. That's facts.
So, that's the thing with that's really what we did yesterday. And I mean, he Menahue, wishing him a speedy recovery and everything with, Lamar with that strip sack. Bro, you got to know when to get rid of that rock. You held on to the ball that too long. You got to know your line can't hold up that long. And then the other thing, he threw that pick. He threw that in triple coverage. He trying
Go ahead,
to make
Derek.
something happen.
Interject in there. Go on in there. What you got to say, bro?
It's not necessarily interject, but prior to the game even kicking off, again, my best friend, my line brother, Vernon, he's a diehard Ravens fan. And I told him prior to the game, on the way out to Kirk's house, I said, look, this is going to be a game for the ages. I said, but look, I'm a football fan first. Okay? I love football. Regardless of who's playing who, I love football. Of course, hometown. But I said, look, I'm going to give you this tip right now before the game even kick off. If you guys want a chance to win, not to compete, to win, hopefully you guys run that ball. I said that's the only reason. I said that's the only weak spot that's in the Chiefs' defense. I said, however, we know when to crank it up or not. But I said, once we get, and I gave him several examples, Ryan Tannehill. I gave him several examples. I said, once we get a quarterback in a corner where we force them to throw, when they're a running team or they're a balanced team, I said, once we corner you in a spot where you have to throw, we got you. We got
that's
you.
It.
Simply because you want to play catch-up ball, or you're going to figure that we have to do X amount of things to catch up. But what he say?
Yeah, they got to play. They got to play. They feel like they got to play with Pat, and you can't do that.
He said,
you can't do that.
Yeah, he said, hey, we gonna do it. That's all we've been doing. Lamar is that dude. He's that MVP. I said, hey, he's earned that right. He's earned that title. And I'm not going to say
MVP of the regular season, but that's just it.
The regular season.
KoBayne, hey, this ain't the regular season. This is the playoffs. You feel me? And I want to ask you a question because Spags had a hell of a game plan. He had a hell of a game plan, bro. Give Spags his flowers. Talk to me about my boy Spags.
Yeah, hell of a game plan. And I ain't gonna lie, man. I was honestly nervous, man, in my gut when they said, when Willie Gay, when we knew that we were gonna have to go without Willie Gay, because I was thinking about the mobility thing, with Lamar and trying to spy him, and no disrespect to Leo, but I didn't think that's a whole nother scenario, trying to get him Lamar down on an island, in his space. But man, to my chagrin, and I'm sure that it shocked the world, man, we bottled him. We had him frazzled. I think this came up on the last episode where we talked about just disturbing quarterbacks. He's Spags has been just disturbing quarterbacks. Disturbed Josh, definitely disturbed Tua. And we what we saw yesterday. So yes, definitely, man, he deserves his flowers. He's not new to this. Again, Derek, you mentioned experience. I think it just played out, in a significant way where he really ran circles around what they were trying to do offensively. And yeah, man, it made it real uncomfortable for Lamar, man, where he was just felt like he was pressing the whole time. The whole team were pressing, and they were irritated offensively. And that's a really damn good team. That's the thing, is like, again, the national media is not going to give us, any credit for that, including our defense. But L'Jarius Sneed, man, is something. I don't know how to even really describe him, because between him and McDuffie, we might be looking at modern day, Daryl Revis, and we got dudes that can do the sticky coverage that they can also play off. They also smart, and that who thinks to punch the ball out right now? Zay Flowers didn't fumble.
He punched that ball
out on the goal line.
He punched that ball out
after getting beat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to know it's the next play. That's coaching, man. That's an
I
experienced
said
group,
the same
and
thing.
that's a group that believes in themselves. And you don't believe in yourself like that, and all those players playing together as one, attacking the ball. Chris Jones dealing with an injury. I don't know what was happening with him, but I mean everybody pulled the line, pulled their weight, held the line, and we just straight up just punked them. I ain't gonna say like, again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Ravens fans, but we went in there and we punked them.
Hey man,
We
be
punked.
disrespectful. Be
I mean,
disrespectful to Ravens fans.
we got more work to do.
Shit.
Like Mahomes said, the job ain't done, but on the way to get the job done, we punking people.
We punking
Yeah.
people.
And I love to see
Right.
it, man. So yeah, shout out to Spags.
Hey man, look.
I said the
I'm
same
saying
thing,
the same
man.
thing,
I
bro.
said the same thing. For real.
We
They're
punking
talking
them.
about this morning with a couple other guys. Again, I'm talking with, and I'm in several groups. It's like, yeah, and he fumbled. I said, nah, he didn't fumble. Our defense punched that ball out. He didn't lose that ball. I said,
Exactly.
but again, the national media got in your head, in your brain, thinking that he lost the ball. No, you guys may be number one in defense, but guess what? We're number two. On top
Yeah.
of experience.
And
Experience,
the only
you can't
reason why
coach
we wasn't number
experience.
one was because we didn't have the turnovers.
Those turnovers, right?
We had all the other statistical facts and all
elements.
that. We just didn't have the
Yep.
turnovers. And
Yep.
what I want to do right now is that I want to give my flowers right now to Nagy and Nick Algretti and Deion Bush.
Hey man, hold on, man. Nagy, man, you can give him.
Yeah,
You can give him a rose.
Give him a pedal. Give him a pedal,
Listen,
not a rose.
Flowers, man.
Listen,
He don't get no
Give him
damn-
a couple
he don't
pedals.
get no
This
damn
is why
pedals.
this is why I'm giving
Yeah.
Nagy flowers, bro. Because the game plan all along was to get up on them and make them play from behind.
Okay.
At the second half, we're gonna talk about these too. I want this real quick, but the second half, it looked like the offense had struggles, but they didn't really have struggles. What happened was they just wanted to keep the clock moving. If you know, we had when they fumbled that ball, we should have scored right there. We didn't score, but then they took that touchdown off the board with Rice and that bullshit call on Trey Smith.
Right.
Now,
Right.
if that in the game plan, if that happens, now we're up. And I'll go a step further, and I'm gonna get into algorithm and see if he can get with it. But Willie Gay's injury, like KoBayne said, if Willie Gay plays this game, that first touchdown pass that Lamar throws, I believe that's Willie Gay. Okay, that's Willie Gay. That ain't Leo, and Willie Gay tears his damn head off, and that ain't no damn touchdown. And they don't even score that time, bro.
Yeah, no, that was a bogus. That was bogus. That was a busted play.
There's a busted play.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
No, Zay Flowers, that'll never happen. But we gonna digress. Algorithm, you there? How you doing, man?
Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you. We know you having some technical
there we
issues.
go. We in the game then.
So we've been talking, bro. We've been talking, and we giving flowers right now. So just in your opinion, who you want to talk about in that last game? Give me, when you was watching that game, who stood out to you the most?
First and foremost, if we gonna give some flowers, this is the game. We got to give the flowers to Steve Spagnuolo. You know, we really gotta get a man his credit. And it's a lot of outside chatter about if Andy Reid retires that I don't believe at all. I don't know if we're gonna get into that at some other point, but I don't believe none of that. If y'all know what's kind of being said, we got to get the flowers to Steve Spagnuolo, man. He designed a superb game plan. He did a lot of things that we suggested as a whole last week, and he just did them to a T. Without Willie Gay, Leah Chanel did step up. He did make that one, like you were saying, Rod, on that play. Willie Gay's getting him down, but
He getting him down. He's turning his damn head off.
Yep, and you also notice Nick Bolton just made a mistake on him. Nick Bolton had him covered. He made a mistake, and he took a look in that backfield and man defense. As soon as he took a look in that backfield, dude got a little on him because it was a blitz coverage. Nick Bolton, the middle linebacker, was in coverage. So
exactly.
To the flowers got to go to Steve Spagnuolo, man. You know, that secondary ball, like we all said, we had them overmatched in the skill positions. Like I said, their receivers, they didn't scare me at all. I knew we could shut them down. Just shut the run down, it should have been a blowout, to be honest, fellas. It was superb game plan, superb execution, man. It was the flowers go to the defense.
Hey, P, real quick. P.
Go ahead.
So, again, this national media, the narrative, haters, straight up. The Chiefs get all the calls, though, right? The Chiefs get all the calls, and the refs are somehow in this conspiracy to make sure that the Chiefs win, right? Well, how did Trey Smith get penalized twice in a row on that drive that should have been a touchdown? Twice. Explain that to me, conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know
he
what?
actually did commit the penalties, though. It was blatant. I was kind of mad at bro for that.
But my thing is, bro, you can't. They was
Not if
doing
we
a
get
good
all the
job of
calls,
not
though.
calling nothing all game.
Oh, we don't
call
get
nothing.
That's a myth. We never get calls. That's a myth.
We never get
That's a
calls.
myth. That's a ghetto folklore.
Right.
So listen, hey, you know what? It was a trip. It was a trip on Chris Jones in the end zone, and that should have been a safety and the ball. But they would have called that.
I didn't see that.
They would have crucified if they called that.
Same thing.
We gonna move on. We gonna move on.
Yep.
So
I'm
we talked about the
Ravens.
Ravens,
The film back.
and that's rightly so. But the Ravens lost. The Ravens took that L. So let's talk about the Chiefs. Our Jizzle. Let me talk about Kelsey. Talk about my man Kelsey. The boy put on. He done turned back the time. Talk about that for you, boy.
I think I said that probably in the Bills game that we need Trav to be killer Trav. You know, and don't nobody really know. Well, a few people maybe know this, but I don't think any of y'all know this. Whenever Kelsey scored a touchdown, I always call him killer effing Trav because that's Kelsey. Kelsey, and if you all noticed this year, Kelsey didn't play as many snaps as he normally does. We were preserving Kelsey for when we really need him the most. Kelsey was everything yesterday, especially in that first half. I mean, Mahomes hit him 11 times for 11 receptions, 100% targets.
100%. No drops.
100%,
no
man.
drop.
Wow.
100%, man. 100%. And then the catch he made on Hamilton, perfect throw, perfect catch to where only your guy can make a play on it. That's that chemistry. That's being in this moment.
That's that chemistry.
Kelsey made third down catch after
Kelsey
third down.
Jerry Rice is the most reception in playoff history. We got to give it up to that man. That's a bad
touchdowns. Touchdowns.
What we witnessed was two Hall of Fame performances, man. Both Patrick Mahomes' performance, Travis Kelsey's performance in this playoff game we just watched yesterday, that the world watched. Those two performances are going down in NFL history. You know, those are Hall of Fame performances, man. That's them. Kelsey made plays that your number one wide receiver will never make. Just simply because he's Travis Kelsey, he can do it yesterday, man. I think it was some leadership too. If I could just interject quickly,
you know, when the Ravens start to kind of unravel, he was playing the game with them mentally, really from the beginning of the game. If y'all saw the Justin Tucker, with him warming up and trying to play. I know what I said on my social media, like he need to go find something safe to do. He down there trying to mess. He trying to poke the bear in Mahomes. So Kelsey, not only in his play, I think you saw how focused he was in his play, but it was other things I think that he was doing at least what I was observing that was getting underneath their skin, forcing them into unsportsmanlike, calls and things of that nature. So he all around, like you said, algorithm. It was a Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame performance.
The Ravens,
he definitely took the gamesmanship. Is that they call it gamesmanship? He took the gamesmanship to another level, and he psychologically affected the game, man. That was a Hall of Fame player, man. He was like Lawrence Taylor talking shit, or you know how our guys used to talk shit, in the old NFL when they used to have the sound bites. Remember, you used to watch the NFL sounds, and you hear Mike Singletary and whoever else talking. Kelsey put on a show yesterday, man.
Let me say this real quick. With what we did, with what he was doing yesterday, with getting in their head, see, you do that. That's an emotional team there. See, that team hadn't been tested really all year. They've been just running through because they've been just running through teams. You know, they lost to Pittsburgh, but nobody, you know, Pittsburgh wasn't really no threat to anybody. They ain't been tested yet. So you now,
go ahead, RJ. My bad.
No, I was just saying they hadn't been tested yet, and so
no, he was just saying they ain't been tested. That's fact.
And I want to Kelsey get in their head.
And when you say get in their head, let me add this real quick. My bad. Let me add this real quick.
Go ahead. Do your thing.
Jim, is it John or Jim? I always confused them. Which one is it? John? He's John Harbaugh, right?
He's John.
John.
Okay,
yeah,
so
John.
You got a young football team, superbly talented. One thing I can say, that team is talented. I wish the Chiefs would have took Rashee Rice and Zay Flowers, just beach. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy. Like, that team is talented, bro. They got players. That boy Patrick Queen, if you don't get a hand on him, he's gonna make he was chasing Pacheco down. Really, it was holes. There were holes in their offensive line. Patrick Queen was sliding through blocks and chasing Pacheco down with his speed, getting him before he could get his momentum going. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's fact.
What Harbaugh did wrong, they put too much glitz and glamour. You got a young football team that's talented. You don't need to hype young cats up. The young guys got fire. We have fire in our youth, 18, 20, 22, 23, 24. That's a young team. You didn't need to have Ray Lewis doing the shimmy and all that old weak-ass bullshit nobody care nothing about. T-Subs coming out, hyping them up. You hyped the young, I almost said it again. You hyped the young cats up, and they played the way you prepped them to play. What you should have did, Harbaugh, was calm down and say, we got this. We got Lamar Jackson. We got this. We got this. We got him. Let's just focus and play our game. We don't need all that fanfare. We don't need all them fireworks and shit. He got the young cats emotional and they played like it.
But you know what? It goes back to what DJ said. I want to talk to DJ. He said it's about experience. John Harbaugh, all them brothers, they don't got experience. DJ, tell them why experience got these boys to another Super Bowl and they got Lamar Jackson going his ass home, watching TV, watching the bowl.
You can't coach experience. You can't.
Exactly.
You can't. I mean, it's the same thing with effort. You can't coach it. You can tell it, but until you are actually in a position to realize, oh, this is it. This is what this feels like. Play's gone. It's done. It's over. And as much talent as you guys alluded to, as much talent as Baltimore has, like, ultimately and honestly, I would have been mad, of course, if the Chiefs lost. But I said, if nothing else, look, I'm going to be honest. If the Chiefs lose somehow, some way, I won't be mad simply because the Ravens earned it. Earned it. Not won. No, they earned it because they know they're going to get the Chiefs all. From the long snapper and everything, the towel boy, experience. I'm telling you, that guy, that girl knows exactly what to do when you come limping off the field. Rashee Rice, limping off the field. I got his bandages ready. I got his gloves ready. Let's get this guy in order so therefore he can be ready for the next play. I'm telling you, experience matters.
No, experience is something that you can't coach, and that's one of the reasons why I believe that we would win this game, because we've been here before. And KoBayne, you and I both know we've been in my crib celebrating Super Bowl victories and AFC Championship victories and division victories and all that. And you know what? And I want to do right now, bro, and a lot of, like you said, the national media don't do, but I want you to do it for me. Talk about Talk about Patrick Levon Mahomes and his greatness.
Yeah, I mean, I think
you know what? I'm sorry. RG. Patrick Levon Mahomes the second.
Yeah, because the first, because the first was at M&T Bank Stadium, smoking on another pack. You know, he said
he got that full in, smoking on that Lamar Jackson.
Hey, that's the first. That's senior right there.
That's my guy right there.
But his son, yeah, man, he a different animal, man. I think the world kind of got a glimpse of it, and I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I thought obviously love this team, follow this team. There's things that quarterback series, on Amazon or whatever, I don't know what it's on, but the quarterback series, on Netflix, yeah, man, that opened up, that gave me, I think, a little bit even more insight about, his approach, just how serious it is. So we in Michael Jordan, not to make comparisons, but we in like Michael Jordan territory. He's writing his own story that's going be, in my opinion, starkly different even than Tom Brady's. I mean, he's done things already across the board when it comes to his leadership, his ability to rally, his how he is and how polished he is at the podium, what he does in the community, how he responds and reacts, the level of pettiness that he got. Like even when Deion Dawkins or whoever it was said good luck, and he posted good luck, on his Twitter after we did what we needed to do up there. So he ain't missing nothing, man. And I think that's just something that we cannot continue to take for granted. I'm sick, like you said earlier, of the comparisons. I'm sick of them moving the goalposts. I'm sick of them making excuses for just take him out the category. If you're going to start running these ranks down and all this stuff, have y'all discussion and make sure that it's a vibrant discussion and that y'all really make, and I'm speaking to the national media and all these quote unquote experts, do y'all's work, but do it over there as it relates to all these other guys.
Exactly.
But understand if you either put respect on our name and our guy's name for what he's done, what he's been, where he's taking this organization, or leave him completely out of the conversation. That would make me the happiest, bro.
Thank you. Exactly. There is no comparison, and we're not gonna do it on this show. We're gonna hold Pat to the highest of standards. And if you ain't got, there's only 3 active QBs on the NFL roster with a Super Bowl win. Patrick Mahomes got more wins than there is Super Bowl wins that there are people who got Super Bowl wins on the rosters. He got 2 bowls. There ain't another active super quarterback with 2 bowls on the roster.
I didn't know
He's
that.
in
That's
another
wild.
world. We ain't gonna talk about that. But what I want, Jason, what I want you to do for me though, because we giving Pat his flowers, but come on, man, Andy Reid. How many AFC Championship games has he been to? Like in his total career? It might be 10, 13, shit with the Eagles. I don't know, but give me some best flowers on my boy Andy Reid. We gotta get Big Red. We gotta get Big Red his due.
The thing about Big Red, and he stays poised and he keeps the main thing the main thing. With all the adversity that we went through this year, with not being the team that we kind of expected and everybody else expected, he kept the main thing the main thing, and he keeps calm. You don't see panic get into him or anything like that. You don't see him making really emotional decisions. He's he's gotten really good at managing the game, and also he's been very good at just letting Mahomes be Mahomes and letting Mahomes do his thing. And so,
great point.
We have to give this man his flowers, because, and the other thing is not just even outside of the football, or not even outside of football, but that man came here to a 2-14 franchise, and I'm pretty sure
they all know
he
that.
Could have.
They all know that.
I don't. And see, that's what the people don't realize. And we talked about this a little bit in the first episode, but we was 2-14 when Andy Reid got here, and we traded and got Alex Smith, and we started making the playoffs and started winning games. That man came in and at least turned us into a team that we could get behind and we could be proud of. Yeah, we knew that we probably weren't going to go deep in the playoffs or win the Super Bowl, but anything was better than 2-14. So I got to give that man his flowers for doing that, because a coach like that could have went to, I know that, because there's always a bunch of teams that's available. And I know with his track record that he had with the Eagles, he could have got another job, but he chose us. He chose to come to Kansas City. So I'm glad that the Hunt family, whatever they need to do in that negotiation, got him there. And then I also am glad that they have trusted him.
Hunt, He went and flew out there and got him.
He went and got him.
Hunt flew out there.
Yeah,
said,
because
I'm coming to get you, Andy.
Stop
Because you got to remember,
down.
he had an interview with the Cardinals.
It was Cardinals in Arizona. Yep.
He was about to go to the Cardinals, but Hunt said, "Oh no, I gotta go do this." So I want to talk about DJ. So we talked about Reed, we talked about Mahomes, as rightly so, but we got to talk about your boy Veach. And I remember on the first episode, one of y'all was calling for Veach's name. I ain't gonna say no names or nothing like that, but a couple of y'all was calling for Veach. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about
the jury's still out, man. The jury's still out, man. We got to get through.
Let's talk about Veach and the roster he has comprised.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the DB.
Yeah.
And the safety.
I'll say this. Yeah, I say this.
Talk about all that, bro.
Lately, he's been very consistent, right? I'd say, and I'm going to add this in, Kurt, like, he's been consistent enough to know, and his MO has always been drafting college captains, right? So therefore, we know leadership is coming with talent. And I say that because we know in the event, and just go with me and follow it, he knows in the event if our number one were to go down, Willie Gay, we know we will be okay, Yoshino. So therefore, they know exactly what to do and how to do it and where to do it and when. X, Y, Z. Now, we're not talking about perfection, but and you're going to mishap. You're going to have those errors, or you're going to have those situations where, you know, like the NFC East, where you're going to have not as much competitive teams, and these other players are going to be better based upon the other components that they play, right? So we have always been one of the toughest divisions, man. And ever since Andy Reid has been here, we already know that we're looking for starters, if not starters, number two. And I told, again, one of my guys, like, you guys are chirping, and I hear you, but I said our backups on offensive line at this particular point will be starters on other teams.
Yeah.
Allegretti will be a starter, man.
Allegretti did a great job. Leo Chanel did a great job.
Well, I mean, when you lose a Super Bowl because you didn't have the depth at offensive line, you know, and you knew that early in the season, and I'm talking about our Super Bowl against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where Mahomes was running for his life the whole game, then yeah, you are supposed to flood our locker room with good players at offensive line, because you just lost the Super Bowl because of that. My issue with Veach is not necessarily the drafting rookies, and the attitude and those types of players that have a certain profile that fit our systems. My thing is the free agent acquisitions. A lot of that.
And that's what I was going to say, Kurt.
A lot of my issues.
Yeah.
It's the free agent acquisitions. It's the middle of the season, late in the season, before the trade deadline, moves that could have been, that could be made. Now, MVS definitely showed up, during the playoffs.
I was about to say, but if you talk about free agencies in the middle of the season, we don't need those. We're in the Super Bowl.
Well, now we know that. I mean, hindsight's 2020. Hindsight's 2020.
But I'm talking about Veach from hindsight. Go ahead.
Right,
go ahead.
But that was my thing, Kirk, as you just said. The free agency will be his weakness. Nobody's talking about perfection here, right? So everybody's got a weakness.
But if you want to be a dynasty, you got to have some level of
free agency is not his weakness.
Perfection.
Right. But hold up, Pete. Hold up. There's a scale, okay? They have a chart on our particular depth. And he's asking coaches their particular insight, their particular way of thinking, the type of player that they need. Veach goes and do exactly what they request. That's even on Andy, if that's the matter. You know what I'm saying? So if Veach is going to write the check, before I write this check, let me go and talk to my coaches. Let me go and talk to position coaches.
Why even have to write the checks when, like you said, we're in the bowl? I'm talking hindsight right now. Veach didn't need to go get D-Hop. He didn't need to go get any receiver. He didn't have to do it because like they said, They already on the roster. I'm not about to let any of y'all give Veach any disrespect. He don't have no.
He don't get absolved. He don't get absolved for what we went through
like I
this
said,
season.
no.
At wide receiver.
No, bro, no. Veach has done a hell of a job. Free agency, not bringing free agents in is a hell of a job. Or just talk to him, man. Tell him.
All right, listen. I'm gonna tell y'all this about Veach, man. Listen, what Veach is doing is Veach is keeping us out of cap hell. That is what Veach is doing. Y'all see what's going? Y'all done heard about what's going on over with the Chargers, right? I mean, a lot of these, and when Dorsey left,
go ahead.
When Dorsey left, look at all them bad deals that we had to eat and sit on and all that because John Dorsey giving out these bad deals. What was the dude, Hitchens or what? I think it was his name. Whoever our linebacker.
Oh my God,
Anthony Hitchens.
So
Cowboys,
what I'm saying, and then let's think about what Veach has done. Veach has brought in Joe Tooney. He brought him in.
Joe Tooney is a bad example. He was grossly overpaid as a guard.
He was not overpaid.
No, he was great. No, he's great. Look at his deal. Tooney for a guard. It's grossly overpaid, but he did play well.
He's not overpaid, but he got a 5-year, $80 million deal. That's about
great deal.
What is that about? $16 million a year.
Backing up the break. His prime 5 years. He was in his prime. That was a great deal about Veach.
Backing up another break.
So we brought him in. Well, he also brought in a Minihue. Now, granted, he was suspended for some games, but he signed him on a short deal. He signed MVS on a short deal. He brought in Tyrann Mathieu.
Let's talk about this. I gotta say this one time. Let's go. Let's talk about Butker. Let's talk about the fact that Veach went to the Carolina Panthers practice squad and said, "You know what? That's a bad man right there. That's a bad man.
Butker's for sure, guy.
I'll take that.
Butker's for sure making his.
I forgot about that, dude. I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
And also, let me just before you go one more time.
Go ahead.
He also traded that backup all lineman for Ward. For Shavarius Ward, who turned out to be a top DB in the league. He traded a backup lineman for him.
So you saying, okay, so we're going to absolve. So we in the Super Bowl. Obviously, it's difficult not to have the rose-colored glasses on. I'm talking about dynasty building. And I'm talking about we can't absolve some of these questionable moves that he made because we here now. We looking at it in retrospect because if we was on the other end of that game yesterday, because of we don't have the depth at linebacker, because our receivers didn't pull through, didn't come through, something from that we witnessed for 18 games during the regular season reared his head, y'all know we would be having a different conversation right now, especially about what we got in terms of personnel and wide receiver at a lot of positions. So, yes, Veach has done well. What I say he's absolved now because we're in the Super Bowl, and this is the threat. This is the threat about long-term success in a dynasty. As much as we want to enjoy and have fun and celebrate the fact, and we are making history, but I want to be greedy and selfish right now. I want to be as greedy and selfish as the New England Patriots were during their 20-year run. You don't get to 20 years. You don't get to 20 years unless you out here making moves, right moves, right now.
6-time AFC division champs. That's our division.
Before our division goes on, all I gotta say is that you mentioned dynasty building. Is that not what Veach has done to date? Is built a dynasty? Once we win this Super Bowl, are we a dynasty?
Well, you gotta let the national media they the ones that keep moving the goalposts.
I thought we answered that question. We're here. They're not there. We gotta get into some more details, but I know my just want to talk about some stuff before he go. Go ahead, bro.
We got to win this one before we can be considered any type of dynasty. But I'm gonna say this about Veach. I'm good with the moves that Veach has made because the thing is that we don't. There's only so much money that's out there for us to spend. It's only so much. We can't go out here and make a big splash in free agency. What we did is we've been able to keep some depth. Now we're going to lose some guys. We're going to talk about that later on because, after the season or whatever. But to me, with you having a quarterback that's taking 25% of your cap, right? You still got 53, 2 or how many of other players that you still got to pay from that 75% or whatever that's left over. So I think Veach has done with what we have. Veach has done a good job in getting us, not putting us in any bad deals because the only people who have got long-term deals is Tony got a long-term deal, Kelsey got a long-term deal, Chris Jones after that first Super Bowl got a long-term deal. The 3 years and 3-year deals and under. No, we consider them short, but we gave him Minihue 2, Tranquil 1.
Man, Veach doing his thing, bro.
So Veach is keeping us flexible. He's keeping us flexible. That's what we got to understand. He's keeping us flexible and not tying up all this money. The only one who got the blank check is Mahomes. That's the only one. Everybody else, he's not overpaying.
But you got to give Mahomes pieces. You got to give him stuff to work with. Everybody want to talk about bringing people in, but damn it, you got to pay them. You got to pay them, and you got to pay Mahomes because y'all remember in the beginning of the season, Mahomes was like the 6th-paid QB, and then all of a sudden he was like, yeah, you know what? Nah, I don't want to be that no more. Go ahead and drop that check. And V said, yeah, I got you. Don't worry about it. I'll throw you that millions of dollars on top of that.
We couldn't look right as an organization, as a system, if we got the number one quarterback and he's getting paid. They did. I don't know how much they did that for Pat, as opposed to them doing that because it don't look right.
Yeah. It don't look right. It don't look right, bro. Yeah. You got that man, and this dude is behind bums.
Because if you ask me, I don't think Mahomes really cares. He just want to win.
No. It was all about the organization. Mahomes didn't give a damn. He got endorsements. He got millions on top of millions, bro. He don't care about that. He's more like, I want to win. But like Veach said, hey, bro, the media, national media hating, saying now Deshaun Watson got more money. And he got more money. And he got more. Well, Veach said, you know what? Now they don't. But anyway, let's move on. Hey, man, what's wrong with your boy Tony? I don't know what's going on, but who want to tackle this? Who want to tackle this? KoBayne, who want this?
I didn't see it. I didn't see the clip. My son told me.
Did anybody see the clip? Who saw the clip? I saw the clip. Did anybody else see the clip? Well, if y'all didn't see the clip, your boy Tony out here wilding, going ham, talking about the Chiefs is lying about his injury. Now, as you know, we all know that that man is responsible for at least 2 L's on our record single-handedly. So if he wasn't on the field, we would have won the game. That's what I mean when I say he lost the game. So, KoBayne, in your opinion, is he practicing? Is he practicing next week?
I don't think he'll be a Chief. From what I heard, I apologize, I didn't get to actually watch the clip. It sounded like real corny. Anyway, he's kind of one of those, from everything I understand, one of those kind of social media bandits where he was trolling people. At the end of last year's Super Bowl, season, he was trolling Giants fans. I thought that was distasteful and kind of corny. We won. You won already. You got on the team and got to, and he contributed to the Super Bowl. So I give him credit for that. But I was just always curious why the Giants fans hated him so much. Yeah. And I kind of feel like we got a sense now that it's a maturity thing. Yeah. And it's just, Andy, typical Andy, man, he's gonna give players like that opportunities. James. Until
you mess it up.
Yeah, until you mess up your opportunity. So, he's not.
DJ, is he on this game? Is he playing in the Super Bowl?
Definitely not. Nah, definitely not. And I say that real quick though, because also it's not even just with his antics as a coaching staff, we have a standard. And it's the same thing that we did with Melvin Gordon. It's the same thing we did with Shady McCoy. It's a standard. Your name is not going to get you playing time, sir. Okay? It's what you do.
Facts.
Both on and off the field. So
yeah,
I'm over
my
it.
thing
Thank
is
you
this,
for
bro.
your service at the particular time. So
But isn't it to his advantage if the Chiefs organization said, now, and you asking me this, RJ or Jizzle, if the Chiefs said, hey man, you hurt, you out, you hurt, isn't that more advantage for him instead of saying you a healthy inactive scratch? Ain't nothing wrong with you. You perfectly fine. You can run a 4-3. You can catch the ball. Ain't nothing wrong with you. But guess what? You ain't good enough to make the active roster. You ain't good enough to be active for this game. Maybe if I say you hurt, another team might say, you know what? He was hurt. He got a hip. I saw what he did in the Super Bowl. Maybe I'll give him a 1-year proving deal. Or Jizzle, did he just mess his chances up? What's up with him?
I don't think he's totally messed his chances up. I think he's probably done with the Chiefs. But it was a low risk. It was a low risk. You know, I think we traded like a conditional 5th round pick or something for him or something like that. I mean, so, hey, he helped us win the Super Bowl, caught a touchdown, ran that punt back. But I think he's probably done with the Chiefs. But the thing is that if guys are he's got a lot of talent. He's got a lot of talent, and like KoBayne said earlier, Andy is all about giving people chances and things like that. I think he might get another stop. Somebody might bring him in because he's still so young and he's talented, and but yeah, I think he's done with the Chiefs.
I get it. You say he's young and he's talented. I understand, but at the end of the day, he did what he did, and ultimately we lost EB, and we got that 3rd round unconditional pick, and we gave it up for him, and he won a Super Bowl. I'll give up a 3rd round pick that wasn't even in my pocket anyway for a Super Bowl any day. But let's move on. Hey, I want to, real quick before we go into this other section, Nick Algretti, great job. Hell of a job standing in for an All-Pro. We didn't even mention his name. When it comes to offensive linemen, if we mention his name, that means he ain't doing his job. Did anybody mention Algretti's name in this game? Not at all. I don't think so. But
he missed a few blocks. Algretti missed a few blocks. That's a tough D line. That's a tough D line. And you're right. I give him credit. I think he did a good job.
Now that sack where Mahomes got folded up like a pretzel, that was Allegretti's guy.
Yeah.
But to come into that situation where you got to play in the AFC Championship game and you going against that front 7 of the Ravens. He did for us to only Pat only got sacked that one time. He
got sacked that one time. That was it.
Yeah,
he did a great job. But he did a good job.
I'm glad we're talking about that because yes, we won the game. It was a great time. We took shots. We kicked it. That second half on offense, I tried to make an excuse and say, hey, we was just kind of controlling the clock. But hey, is anybody concerned about that? Because that second half was terrible. I mean, we could have put that game away. Like, for real.
Well, I think
what's up, bro?
Yeah, the penalties, there was a couple of penalties, I think, that kind of short-circuited drives. And I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be afraid at this point from saying stuff like, game manager and controlling the clock. I mean, yeah, it was sputtering. They were, that's a great defense that made adjustments all year long to keep teams, like, scoring, like, 10 points or something like that. So it's like, yeah, that's man. Yeah, we didn't move the ball. I think we could have did more. But I'm just so proud that we didn't do anything to hurt ourselves. To give them an opportunity to get back in the game. Yeah, we had to punt. Yeah, it was it was slow. But in perspective, man, of how everything turned out, I'm not afraid to just be like, yeah, Mahomes went from Superman to like Clark Kent in the second half. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like
let me just I'm not giving y'all nothing. If it's not there, I'm throwing it away. We punting. We putting our defense back out there. That's fine because we still in control of the game, and we leading. So that's how I see it.
Because at the end of the day, like I said, like you just said, they could see that if they had to move the entire field, that it was going to be tough on them. So don't give them that quick interception or that quick scoop and now they in range. Let them go the whole way. DJ, if that was the game plan and you don't have no concerns, tell me if you had a concern. Was there anything that you were concerned about leaving that game?
I mean, again, we're playing the number one defense. These guys have held all year teams, professionals, under 16 points per game, right? I mean, I understand that their particular method is always going to be a hard-nosed football team, right? And that's what the Ravens are. But once you get, again, where you're going into the playoffs experience, but you're playing playoff pat, it's just a whole nother level. It's a whole nother level. And, I mean, I can't really say much more than that. You got to get with it. You got to get with the program. So,
no, I get it. Like you said, man. I felt like the same. I kind of feel the same way. I felt like Reed said, you know what, Mahomes, let's save it a little bit, bro. Lamar ain't got it. He ain't ready. And
right.
I don't have any concerns. But R Jizzle, I'm not the only one on this panel. Is there anything that you concerned about on that offense in that second half? Did anything catch your eye to say, you know what, that might be an issue going forward?
Well, the Ravens adjusted very well to us in that second half, and that's we didn't score any. The games are won at the half with adjustments. Now, we'll say this: going into the Super Bowl, I actually have more confidence going into the Super Bowl because you get that extra time because of the halftime show. So the coaching staff gets a little bit longer to revise and come up with a game plan based on what they're seeing in the first half. But we've played several halves like this during the season. And the thing, our defense is good enough if we have a lead to keep that lead. Our offense just can't give the ball away. Now, would I have liked for us to have scored? Yes, I think if we would have I think the kill shot could have been for us. That touchdown that got called back from the holding call, I think that was a little bit ticky-tack, but nonetheless, I don't have any concerns moving forward because we'll make the necessary adjustments that need to be made. Regarding the 49ers.
No, that's real. And you know what?
Yeah.
I have all faith in Reed and Spags. That we all know the second half of the games, I could give you the stats. The defense in the second half, bro, they hold people to under 10 points. That defense is amazing. I just wanted to know if anybody thought like that second half on offense was it a little questionable, only because we could have put them away. I mean, we was all clinching and we was all worried to the end of the game, rightly so, because they was only down 7 points. But bro, the defense gave the offense plenty of opportunities to let this to blow it all the way open.
You know what settled for me, P? You know where I was settled because I was feeling the same way when we had to convert, and Mahomes pulled. He reared back and hit MVS to seal it, like to ultimately seal the game, and how efficient that play was, and that we knew for him to hit him like that, we knew that had to be there damn near the whole second half. You know what I mean? We knew that play had to be there. So
it was.
That's what made me kind of comfortable because I was, before that I was thinking the same thing. Like, damn, that got us in the chokehold. But when Mahomes hit MVS like that, I said, oh man, he's seen this. Somebody seen this a while ago, and we converted.
And shout out to MVS. MVS was crucified as rightly so,
For sure.
all
For sure.
year. The drops. He dropped that versus Philadelphia right in his hands. I mean,
sure.
dropped it. And I'm talking about Mahomes damn near put it in his hands. And and last week, he showed up. And he showed up this week with the biggest catch on the line. Shout out to MVS, bro. You really owed that, and you paid your debt to Chiefs Kingdom.
Man, our Chiefs, man, the Chiefs, man, we got so many stories, man. When you're talking about like from a team standpoint and a team perspective, how guys had to rally together, sticking with each other, even sticking through Tony. You know what I mean? You know, during the season when all that stuff that he had going on, and you know how the media was ready and everybody was ready to crucify him. You have people like Travis Kelce still saying, "Hey, I want him on the field. He's a playmaker." Same with MVS. But then we have other stories, you know, like on the line of redemption. But then also, like, I don't know, I think about players like Isaiah Pacheco. You know, he had 25 or 26 carries again. And the dude does not, there's no turn down. There's no, you know, I'm going to take a play or two off. He came to this organization as a seventh round draft pick, right?
7th round draft pick. Yeah.
It said, I'm going to take a grown man's job. And he had the leadership in the locker room and the coaching staff that supported him with that attitude and that level of determination to say, well, if you could do it, then do it. And he did it. And he continues to do it, and his attitude is right. And if you listen to him. So it's all type of stories. Trey Smith, Creed, Nick Bolton, you know, like we got stories of redemption. We got stories of cats coming in, like Derek mentioned, captains from the collegiate standpoint, but gelling together as a team and saying it's us against everybody. Exactly. It's us against everybody.
Hey, and you know what? Like you said, there are stories because I can add to your names. Drew Tranquil coming over on a 1-year deal from San Diego. I mean, from the Chargers. That was that's a Veach move. That move was hella great. When Bolton got hurt, he stepped in. We didn't even miss Bolton. Let's talk about Reed. When he let Honey Badger go, we all thought, why would you let Honey? He brought in Reed. We ain't thought about Honey Badger. Honey Badger been off this team.
Man, Justin Reed is thumping people, man.
He's out there. We all saw that tackle. Man. We all saw him slide under that lineman and stick that running back. He didn't move.
He been thumping people, bro.
So that's all. Like I said, it's all the whole entire team. And like you mentioned, KoBayne, Kelce just went up. Like C-Dot just played a clip from Travis Kelce podcast, December 16th, before we lost to the Raiders. Okay? And if you go back and listen to his podcast and see what he says, they asked him the question about, bro, why every time we talk about what y'all need to do, y'all say the same thing? We gonna get better, and we gonna get better. Bro, Kelce broke it down. He said, bro, all the national media is doing is giving us fire. They just turning us into dogs. And he was like, bro, we've been hearing that. We don't need nobody to come in here. We got the people in here. We just got to do what we got to do, bro. And look where we at. We in the bowl. That's right just back. What it is.
Right back.
I'm just excited, man. Like I said, we going to talk about the Niners in another time. But right now, to end this segment out, I want to end it how we started. I want to talk y'all shit one more time. Because I don't feel like the national media hears us. They don't really get a chance to feel what we saying from real Chiefs Kingdom, real fans. And then, like you said, when Reed got here, we was 2-14, the number 1 draft pick. How you got the number 1 draft pick in the weakest draft in history? 2011 NFL draft was literally the weakest draft in the last 15 years, and we got the number 1 pick. But guess what? We got that man, KoBayne. You started us off. Start us off again.
Yeah,
talk
listen.
One more time and tell these people what's up.
I hear you. I appreciate it, P, man. Appreciate this platform. Good seeing y'all, man. We have a great time doing this show. I would just say this, man, because and I think I might have mentioned this on the previous episode. Typically, if you meet a real Kansas City Chiefs fan that's been through the history of what this organization has put us through and experienced this success, typically it would be like very humble. A real Chiefs fan. I don't know about folks that came on board the last couple of years, but real Chiefs fans that have been around it will be humble because they know how it feels to be on the other side of this stuff, man. So for me to get to the place now where I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of this humble shit because they'll never give us the credit that we honestly earn, deserve. They'll never stop making these comparisons that don't make any sense at all. Comparing our guy to Tua and comparing our guy to guys that don't even like, stop it, man. Just stop and just be honest with yourself. If you really want to call yourself a professional expert as an NFL analyst on the national media where you spurring this stuff out. We got all these Swifties and others that's new to the game, and it's really false information that y'all post and y'all take should get flagged for because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's out of hand, and I'm over it. So apologies, because typically, again, real Kansas City Chiefs fans, they're proudly humble because of how we started all of this. But now we're at a place now where we about to just be like straight up, F y'all, it's us against y'all. And yes, we're gonna be greedy and we want every damn win. We want every damn Super Bowl. We took the stairs, no cheating scandals, no behind the scenes discrepancies on this, that, and the other. We played it fair, we played it straight down the middle, and guess what? We got a GOAT that's the quarterback, and he ain't done. And he's hungry and he's petty, and guess what? Y'all gonna feel it. Y'all gonna feel it. So hey, job ain't done. We got work to do for this next one, but y'all gonna understand that this ain't nothing that y'all can keep playing games with when y'all making these comparisons and y'all don't want to give us credit for what we done. We beat their asses. We beat their asses on the way here to where we are right now, going to another Super Bowl. They didn't lose the games. We beat their asses, and we're gonna keep beating their asses. Thank you.
Sir. Hey, boy, look, that's what we do over here on Big Chief. We get it in. We talk real shit. We talk honest, and we keep it real. Our Jizzle, you up next, brother. So, like I said, we in the Super Bowl. We had the 17th ranked offense. We had the number one drops of the wide receivers. Our lineman was terrible. We had this and we had that. Tell them what they need to hear. What they got to talk to them.
See, I'm going to take a different approach than everybody else takes with the national media. I actually love it. I welcome the disrespect. I welcome the elite level of hating that we get from the national media. Because you know what that does? That gets us in Super Bowls. That gets us in AFC Championship games because they hear that. They hear that. You don't think Mahomes hears that? Oh, Tua? Josh Allen, this dude, Lamar? Man, these dudes ain't won nothing and they being compared to me? Man, they're doing all this yapping and everything. Listen, man, the disrespect, because at some point, you got to find something to motivate you. And the disrespect, I think, for this team is what's really motivating them. That's what's taking us to this level and turning it up a notch, as Kelsey said. These guys hear everything, they see everything, and that this is their bulletin board material. The national media has been counting y'all out all year. National media said y'all can't go on the road. Mahomes has only been able to win at Arrowhead. He hasn't been able to go on the road. He hasn't went on the road yet. This is Josh Allen's time. Josh Allen's gonna get it done. You know, they've been they won every game. They won like 6 or 7 in a row to end the season. Josh Allen's leading the team. Oh, well, they beat the Bills, and they definitely not gonna beat Lamar and the Ravens with the Ravens the way that they've been playing. I mean, the Ravens embarrassed the 49ers just a couple of weeks ago, and they just been running through teams all year, and Lamar's going to win another MVP, and it's Lamar's time. And the Ravens are bringing back all their legends. They bringing back Ray Lewis, Jonathan Ogden, Chiefs legend Terrell Suggs, and my favorite player of all time, Edward Reed. They bringing them all back, and they disrespected us. Justin Tucker with the stuff before the game. The disrespect. Keep disrespecting us because that's getting us in Super Bowl. So I'm cool with it. I thrive off of the elite level of hating that we get. And listen, I get where KoBayne coming from,
Yes.
because the Chiefs have been for so many years. We've been the laughing stock of the NFL, definitely the AFC West. Man, you a Chiefs fan? Man, y'all suck. Pointing it up, man. And so for this era of Chiefs football, we truly do have to appreciate it, because, like you said earlier, KoBayne, we know what it's like to be awful, to be bad. But the thing about Chiefs fans is we still showed up. We still supported that team, and we still showed up, and even when the team was bad. So, I'm just going to enjoy this ride, because we know nothing lasts forever. And the people out there, y'all just gonna have to get used to us, because y'all can say y'all tired of seeing us. We don't care, man. We here. And as long as we got 1-5, we ain't going nowhere. We gonna be in the mix.
Hey, listen.
Because that's what you do when you have a championship caliber quarterback like Patrick Mahomes II.
Hey, and that's facts. As long as we got 1-5, bro, the sky's the limit. We got that guy. We got that man. DJ. We got that guy. Like I just said, we have one of the greatest. We got a living legend. We're talking about one of the greatest to do it. We're comparing this guy that's on our team to Tom Brady and Joe Montana. We talking about smoking Joe. We ain't talking about Joe Burrow. He ain't got no bowls. We talking about the real smoking Joe. And that's Joe Montana. That's who compared to him. So, come on, man, DJ. Tell them what they need to hear.
All right. So I definitely 110% agree with both takes, man. I mean, I don't even know how I can finish it up with that. So I'm going to just start with this. Just follow me. Hold up. So in the playoffs, Patrick Mahomes is he's number 2, 718 yards. Jared Goff is number 1. Defensive leaders, Nick Bolton, 27 tackles. Isaiah Pacheco leads the playoffs with 254 yards. Sacks, George Karlaftis, 2.5. Right before him is Hutchinson from the Detroit Lions. Receiving, you got number 1, Amon-Ra. Number 2, Travis Kelce. Number 4, Rashee Rice. And both those guys, Travis Kelce's 262, Rashee Rice is 223. Then you got interceptions. Number 1 is Greenlaw, San Fran. Number 2 is Deion Bush. I didn't say nothing about Patrick Mahomes. Nothing. I didn't. Again, this has been our time. The media has just shut everything down. Meaning, they think and they believe the Chiefs can't win if Mahomes doesn't have a great game. In their mind, a great game is 350 plus. 3-4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, passer rating 100 plus. It's a new day. I agree with everybody has been saying. Yeah, the book has been out. The book has been out, but guess what, guys? We've been reading that same book. And we know how to adjust. As I've been saying from day one, experience. Experience is what's got us here. That drive that we've been earning for 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 10 years ago. We have Brody Croyle as our quarterback. Matt Castle is our quarterback. We have been earning for. Our organization has been bleeding for wins. So, if nothing else, the time is right now. Thank you, Buffalo. For giving us that particular trade. I appreciate it. Why right? You got to live with it. Y'all had a player who retired at halftime. You got to live with it. Our time is right now. And in fact, it's been for the past 6 years. Since 15 has been here. Some people call it arrogance. Some people call it, oh, you guys got the big head. No. We've earned this right. We've deserved this right. You put your best team in front of us, got you. Checkmate. We make people, as you guys said earlier, 15 makes the defense and the offense make their whole scheme change. Hey, our time is now. Kurt, you remember when we had that whole deal at your crib watching us in that Houston Texans game. We was down.
Mm-hmm.
We came all the way back. I said, this dude is
Yes,
different.
sir.
It's a different ball game. We got shut out in the first quarter, shut out in the second quarter. It's a different ball game. And that urgency has still, and that fire has still been lit, man. I'm telling you. And again, with the experience that not only Andy Reid, you guys asked earlier, how many Andy Reid has total championships? 5 with the NFC, 6 with the Chiefs. He has a total of 11 championship games. That's experience. That's experience. And the top of the best profession that you can do in the NFL. Hey, man, our time is now.
Hey, listen,
our time is now, man.
Time is now, bro. And I totally agree. And I want to talk my shit too, because I everybody on here, boy, y'all sound amazing. Y'all sound like some real Chiefs fans, some real Chiefs Kingdom members. And you know what I want to do, bro? I want to take it back down memory lane. I remember in 2017, we had Alex Smith. And y'all remember we had the playoffs locked up, and there was a game at the end of the season. We playing the Denver Broncos. And they said, you know what? We're going to have Patrick Lamar. We're going to have
Let's put him in.
Start this game.
Let's put him in.
Okay?
Let's see what he can do.
And I said, hey, that's what up. You know what Pat had in that game? His leading rusher was the fullback, and that was Anthony Sherman was his starting running back. His starting wide receiver was the dude he got paid and went down to Miami Dolphins. Y'all remember him? He was third on the totem pole. Bro, what did Pat go out there and do? Pat went out there and he balled.
Made him work.
He showed him what was up.
Yep.
The Denver Broncos had Akeem Talib. They had Chris. They had all these DBs. They was like, hey, we out there trying to stop that dude with backups. And he out here doing it to us with backups. And I want to go to one more thing. Derek Johnson, we all know he was a great NFL linebacker for the Chiefs. When Patrick Mahomes was a rookie and he was playing the scout team, Derek Johnson said one time in training camp, he said, you know what? I was baiting the man. I'm a 5-year vet. I'm baiting Patrick Mahomes to throw this pick. And he said, you know what? I look up. This rookie is baiting me. He said, bro, he baited me. He got me all the way in here and he done bumped it over my head. Who is this man? Bro, Veach said, you know what? Alex Smith, you took us to the playoffs. Alex Smith's best statistical year was the year that Patrick Mahomes sat by him and put pressure on him, put fire on him. And Alex Smith said, you know what, young pup? I'm going to go out here and I'm going to do my thing. And guess what? It wasn't good enough because you could have went out there and threw 50 touchdowns, Alex Smith. Your ass was gone. And V said, deuces. And he put that man in there. And you know what he did the first game? He started versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. What did he do, KoBayne?
Woo! He got busy.
He got 5. I think he got 5 or 6. 5 or 6 tubs.
Hey, and you remember, we all real Chiefs fans. Pittsburgh was they were whooping our ass all the time. And it was then when I realized when Pittsburgh would come in there and whoop our ass no matter what time it was, no matter what day it was, it didn't matter. They had our number. When Pat came out there that first game, man, he put brakes on their ass. I said, hold on.
Yep.
This man is that dude. He just put brakes to the Pittsburgh Steelers for 5 TDs, 55,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and hey, we here now.
Remarkable.
On that note, what you
We
talking
here
about
now.
that first season? I wasn't sold on him until the 4th game of the year when we had to go on the road Monday Night Football because I was like, I got to see this kid in a hostile environment. I said he coming out here balling. The world don't know what. I didn't want to get excited yet because I'm like, man, as a Chiefs fan, you know how many times we done been excited and got let down.
Right.
But I remember watching this game at the crib, and we down 10 on the road, Monday Night Football against the Denver Broncos. And that man throws the ball to Tyreek left-handed. Man. And I'm sitting up here and I'm watching that and I'm like, hold on. I had to rewind it. Did he throw that ball left-handed and convert? I think it was the third down to convert that third down.
He did.
Von Miller was after him.
Yep. And Von Miller was on his tail. Von Miller was all over him. And the dude threw that ball. And I sit up here and I was like, and we went on ahead to win that game. I was like, we got us one now. I said, I ain't never seen nothing like this.
Look.
Yeah, boy.
That was the game for me.
And we had never seen nothing like it again.
Nah,
that game sold.
We'll never see nothing like it again because he is the greatest. He's the best. He's a living legend. He is a Babe Ruth. He's Michael Jordan. He's Kobe Bryant. He's the best. He's the greatest. I don't want to hear another comparison going forward. Caleb Williams coming out of college. Don't compare him to Patrick Mahomes. Don't compare another college person coming out until that boy done been in the league and done business. Right. All Patrick Mahomes do is do business. Before I want to just go through this playoff run and y'all can interject anytime. They said that we can't play without Tyreek Hill. And what'd he do?
Check.
Super Bowl.
Champ. Not only the champ, he said, all right, the next season, Tyreek, you come on here. You come on here and see what you can do. Breaks. Then they said Josh Allen. KoBayne mentioned all the time. Josh Allen. He's the greatest. He's the best. And what he said, he's always been an arrowhead all the time. And you know what? Mahomes said, you know what, bro? I'll spot you. I'll go to your crib this time.
I'll go to your crib.
You know what he did? Put his feet on his couch. Fuck your couch. Feet on the couch.
Put the bathrobe on is what they said earlier.
That's breaks. Then he said, you know what? Lamar's MVP. Cause you know what? You know what Pat do? He breaks superstitions. He breaks conspiracy theories. The whole you can't win an MVP in the same year and win a Super Bowl. Break. You can't be an MVP. You can't be the cover of Madden and then do the thing. Break. The colors of the Super Bowl is Ravens and the Niners. They going to break.
Check.
What are you talking about? Then he goes to Lamar Jackson, the most athletic guy ever in his house. Like y'all all mentioned. They brought out the greats. Reed and Ogden and Suggs, which we got him a ring, but we ain't going there. And Ray Lewis. He done his whole little shebang bang. And what happened? Breaks. Bro, this man come on, bro. What more I gotta say? I can't even say no more, man. I just want to say, listen, this was a great episode. And we all subjected to the greatness of Patrick Mahomes II. We all been subjected to his greatness, and it's nobody like him. And we're gonna talk about the Niners next week. Either. And we're gonna go about that. But this is the AFC Championship win, and we're gonna enjoy it as fans. And I thank y'all for coming on, and I appreciate y'all subscribing. But I want y'all to know that Patrick Mahomes is the greatest to ever do it, and he'll always be that man because he's a bad man.
He's a
bad man.